Once upon a time, in a beautiful green jungle, a kind mother goat lived with her 7 little kids. They were playful, happy, and loved their mother very much. One day, the mother goat was getting ready to go out. She wore her cute dress, a small hat, and her glasses. Before leaving, she looked at her children and said softly, "My dear children, I am going to the forest to bring food. Please remember this very carefully. Only open the door when you hear my sweet voice and see my white feet. If anyone else comes, do not open the door." The little goats nodded and said, "Don't worry, Mother, we will be careful." The mother smiled and left, and the little goats stood at the door waving goodbye. But behind a tree, a clever wolf was listening to everything. He smiled in a sneaky way and said, "Now I know exactly what to do." After some time, the wolf went to the house and knocked on the door. "Little children, open the door, it's your mother," he said, but his voice was rough and deep. Inside, the little goats whispered, "That doesn't sound like our mother." "Show us your feet," they said. The wolf showed his black feet under the door. The goats quickly said, "You are not our mother, go away." The wolf got angry, but then smiled again. "All right, I need a better trick." He went into the jungle and reached a big bear. "Hello, dear bear," said the wolf. "Can I have some honey?" The bear looked surprised. "You? Honey? You never eat honey." The wolf quickly said, "Oh, I have a sore throat. Honey will help me." The bear gave him honey, but he felt something was strange. Why would a wolf need honey, he thought. So quietly, the bear decided to follow him. The wolf ate the honey, making his voice soft and sweet. Then he went to a rabbit who was painting. "Rabbit, can you paint my feet white?" asked the wolf. The rabbit laughed and said, "That's funny, but okay." He painted the wolf's feet white. Now the bear was sure something was wrong, so he kept watching. The wolf returned to the goat's house and knocked again. "Little children, open the door, it's your mother," he said in a soft, sweet voice. The goats listened carefully. This time the voice sounded right. "Show us your feet," they said. The wolf showed his white feet under the door. The little goats looked at each other and said, "It must be Mother." Slowly they opened the door. Suddenly the wolf jumped inside with a loud laugh. The little goats screamed and ran in fear. Some hid in the cupboard, some under the bed, and some behind the curtains. But the wolf caught 3 of them. The other 4 goats stayed hidden and did not move. The wolf swallowed the 3 little goats and walked away into the jungle. Soon he felt full and sleepy. He lay down under a big tree near the river and started snoring loudly. After some time, the mother goat returned home. She saw the door open and the house in a mess. "My children!" she cried. The 4 little goats came out of their hiding places and told her everything. Just then, the bear came forward and said, "I saw what happened. The wolf tricked them and took your children. He is sleeping near the river." The mother goat wiped her tears and said, "We have to save them." The bear nodded and said, "I have a plan." They quietly went to the river where the wolf was sleeping. The wolf was lying under the tree with a big belly, snoring loudly. The bear slowly took out a special sleep spray and whispered, "First we make sure he doesn't wake up." The bear gently sprayed the wolf's face. The wolf moved a little, then became still again, now in a deep sleep. The bear smiled and said, "Now it's safe." The mother goat carefully opened the wolf's belly, and, to her surprise, the 3 little goats were still alive. They jumped out quickly and hugged their mother. Everyone felt so happy and relieved. Then the bear said, "Now we teach him a lesson." They filled the wolf's belly with heavy stones and carefully closed it again. After a while, the wolf woke up. "Oh, why do I feel so heavy?" he said, confused. He slowly walked toward the river to drink some water. As he bent down to drink, splash! The heavy stones pulled him forward, and he fell straight into the river. The water splashed everywhere, and the wolf struggled to get out. Far away, the mother goat, the little goats, the bear, and the rabbit watched and smiled. The little goats hugged their mother tightly. From that day on, they always remembered to be careful and never trust anyone too quickly. And they all lived happily together in the jungle.